Hey again everybody, Canacentric Films, and I'm back at you with a flower review. Today I've got my hands on some Cookie Crasher flower from Revolution. This is a cross of exotic genetics cookies and cream with Wedding Crasher, which originally comes from Seed Junkie and crosses wedding cake and purple punch. Without further ado, let's check these buds out. Visually, these are some of the more impressive buds I've seen in quite a while from dispensaries in Illinois, to be quite honest. There's really glandular trichome coverage, extensive trichome coverage, beautiful nug structure. These were a joy to photograph and look at. The visuals are really nice on this bud. There's some purple coloration, so damn frosty. The trichomes are like the primary component of the color, which I always love to see in sort of an exotic looking bud, which I would classify this as. From an aroma perspective, there's definitely a lot of sweet pastry terps going on, but it's kind of subtle. I feel like this bud may have been rushed in its curing process because the taste is also a little bit of a letdown. There's not a whole lot going on there, and typically cookies and cream and some of the crosses I've had of it, like Cookie Dose, are just very vibrant in terms of the flavor. So I feel this bud may have been rushed in its curing process. This may be a cultivar that needs months of curing as opposed to weeks. But that's kind of what you're going to get in an Illinois dispensary pickup these days because there's just too much rush in the market to meet the demands. And I know Revolution is kind of starting to produce more and more and filling their dispensaries, like the Enlightened dispensaries that they've opened. They need to have a pretty steady supply of product there, so I'm sure they're not curing it to the fullest extent possible. That was kind of the case here. But regardless, the smell, I wanted to say, did very much remind me of purple punch, which certain cuts of purple punch have this kind of doughy, baked goods, berry, sort of floral aroma to them in my experience, and that's what I got off of this. It also reminded me of the Revolution Cookies and Cream, which is the exotic genetics cut. Definitely reminded me of that as well, some of that creaminess, some of that sweet, almost vanilla-like aroma. But like I said, it was subtle overall. I needed to work kind of hard to pick up that aroma, and it didn't really grow into anything when you ground it down. It was the same. Like I said, I just wish it was cured a little bit more properly, and I wish they really gave it the nurtured cure and the time that this cultivar deserves. Like I said, it's a beautiful cultivar, but it's not quite where I'd want it terp-wise. From an effects standpoint, very serviceable. Really sedating overall in my experience. It made it very difficult to talk to people. Social bud is a no with this one. It's just not one conducive to holding a good conversation or being really detail oriented. I actually smoked some before doing this video and I feel like I'm a little bit foggier than I normally would like to be, and that may come across. Let that be evidence of the sedating factor with this Cookie Crasher. It's not necessarily a knockout, it's just more relaxing and a little bit more impairing in that way. But that's all I gotta say today, y'all. Thanks for tuning in as always. Let me know if you've tried the Cookie Crasher or any newer Revolution releases recently, what your thoughts are on them. And as always, let me know what you're smoking in general. I always love to hear that. Stay safe, everybody.